Hey YouTube, it's Lisa, and this is the Backward Glance. Thanks a lot for coming back to another one of my videos, and I did want to say a big thank you to the new subscribers that I got. It seems like every video gets just a couple new subscribers, and that is pretty exciting, and I really appreciate it. So this is going to be another What Sold Quickly on eBay video, where I share 10 items that flipped within the first 30 days of being listed in my eBay store. And then at the end of this one, I have two bonus items for you that were really good sales, but they didn't flip within 30 days. So it took a little bit longer, but got a really good profit. So stick around for those. And by the way, today is the 17th of October, 2019. Item number one here is this top by a brand I have never heard of. I have no idea how to pronounce this name. I'm going to say Gudrun Stjoden. And I actually, when I found this, it caught my eye. It's new with tags, it's 10 cell, it's made in Bulgaria, which is kind of interesting. I don't see that a lot, and I could not read the cursive writing either on the back there or on the hang tag that was on it, which it did cost originally 59 euro, which is I think just a little more than that in US dollars. Can't remember where we're sitting right now with the value of the dollar. Eventually I looked on the inside tag here. Let's see. And I saw that the web address was written inside and I could read that, so I was able to look it up. So that's a little trick sometimes if you can't really read the regular tag, or sometimes like the regular tag is just a symbol. Occasionally you can look on the inside tag and find the actual company name, so something to keep in mind there. This brand had a great sell-through rate. This was just a very basic tee, absolutely nothing special other than it being new with tags. I picked this up for $6.32. I sold it for $27.40 through offers to watchers. That took 4 days to sell. And as usual, my buyer paid shipping, and that's pretty much always the case unless I tell you otherwise. Next is a basic Anthropology tee. I wouldn't have picked this up except that it was a size 3X, so I figured a plus size would do well. In a regular size, I probably would have passed on this unless I was getting it for super cheap, maybe on half off day or even at like a Goodwill outlet by the pound. So this is the Anthropology tag there, and you can see that it was 3X. Let's see, I paid $4.21 for this. I sold it through offers to watchers for $23.40, and that took 1 day to sell. Item 3 here is this blazer. It was by Dolceza, Simply Art, and I'll show you the tag for this. I have seen this brand a couple of times. When I saw this blazer, I thought it had a very specific style, if that makes sense, and sometimes items that appeal to like a very niche group of people can actually do pretty well on eBay. So there you see Simply Art by Dolceza. Just a polyester blazer, probably not a super expensive brand to begin with. I paid $5.30 for this, and I did get my full asking price of $32. That took 29 days to sell. Item 4 is a prana dress, and I feel like I have had a lot of prana dresses in my videos, but I find them pretty often. They're out there and they just do well for me. So I've mentioned this before, but I usually don't get a ton of money for them. They do just tend to sell quickly, so I continue to pick them up. This one was a really pretty color, purple. I liked the kind of mandala design on it. And here is the prana tag in the event that you're not familiar with that. So this dress I paid $5.30 for. I got my full asking price of $28, and it took 18 days to sell. This is the only non-apparel item in this video. I have had lots of great luck sourcing clothing lately. That's just kind of how it's been working out. So not too many hard goods here, but I found this Calvin Klein Obsession soap in the hard goods at Goodwill, and it didn't have a tag on it, so they sold it to me for 50 cents, so that was great. I got my full asking price of $24 for this, and it sold in just one day. And you know I went around the whole store and looked to see if there might be more of these soaps, but there was only one. Definitely an item to keep your eye out open for. I don't know, I've never picked up a soap that was based on a cologne, but apparently the people who buy the cologne may also want the soap, so it's a good item to be on the lookout for. Here's another brand that was new to me. I'm not sure if I've ever noticed this brand before. It's called Ultra, A-L-T-R-A, and these were called the Torin 2.5 Zero Drop Running Shoes. And I did pay up for these a little bit because I looked up the sell-through rate and it looked great. And then these ones happen to still have a tag attached, so basically new with tags. I put new without box in my listing. So I paid $10.53 for these, and I did get my full asking price of $48. These took just one day to sell. Oh, let me see if I can find some branding for you here. There you can see the Ultra, and the Goodwill did put their sticker in there, which didn't totally come off, and peeled off some of the inner writing there, which I did disclose in my listing. But yeah, Ultra. All right. On to item number 7, and that is a pair of DL 1961 Margot Intisculpt ankle skinny jeans. This is a brand that I believe is pretty expensive at retail. And like all women's jeans, I'm constantly trying to reiterate this, you have to look up the style and see if it's worth getting. There's so many jeans that maybe they are expensive retail, but there's certain styles, like a lot of the boot cuts, that just don't sell, and they don't sell for a lot of money. So I just very much encourage you to always be running comps on the different styles you find. So DL 1961, I'm thinking that this is a newer style tag for them. In the past, what I have mainly seen is the brand name just embroidered into the waistband, not on a tag. So there is the style name on that one. I paid $6.37 for these and sold them for a best offer of $28, and that took 13 days. So next is a pair of cowboy boots, and the brand on these was Luchess 2000, also a brand I wasn't familiar with right off the bat. I paid $13.70 for these. I sold them through offers to watchers for $48. I'm sorry, $38. That took 5 days. And these ones I could have gotten quite a bit more for if they'd been in great condition. You can see here they were missing some nails on the bottom. General lots of sole wear, even probably like water damage there, and a lot of heel drag on the back. So I'm guessing that whoever purchased these is either going to have them completely resold or at least get the heels redone. So this brand, when I was doing research on it, they make a lot of exotic animal leather boots. So it's definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. I believe that these were just regular leather. I did try and look up the item numbers inside. I found other people selling them on eBay who just had them marked as leather, but I couldn't find like the company's actual style name for them. But I saw that they make like ostrich and alligator and I believe kangaroo. Is that a thing? So if you find these, they can be quite valuable. So just something to be on the lookout for there. Item 9 here is this Mammoth jacket, and I don't find this brand very often. I believe that they just make kind of winter wear, or at least that's what I've seen. Here's the tag from the inside of this. They have this Mammoth logo, and I think they've been around for a while. The last item I found from them was definitely on the vintage side, and I think this item is more modern. Just a lightweight fleece pullover. It did say Polar Tech on it. I paid $10.52 for this and sold it through offers to watchers for $38, and that took 14 days. Item number 10, and then we'll do our bonus items as this Intimately Free People pajama set. I thought this was super cute. Had the elephant print with the trunk up, which is like a good luck sort of thing. Um, Here is the Intimately Free People tag. This is a tag that's kind of easy to pass by unless you really look at that fine print. It's not the normal Free People style with like the metal tab on it. So I picked this set up for $5.27 and I had it listed for just a couple days and I got a message from someone asking if I would do $30 shipped. And I had a streak of days very recently where I was making like no sales, like 0 to 1 sales a day, and I was getting a little bit alarmed by that, so I decided to take the offer, hoping that it would kind of prompt me to have some more sales. It's hard to say if it's really true that when you get sales, the algorithm bumps you up and you're more likely to get more. Um, the algorithm is such a mystery, and I don't want to say that's how it works, but I did get a couple sales right after I sold this, so I'm hoping that that's what did it, because normally I wouldn't have accepted the offer I accepted. So I paid $5.27, like I said, accepted a best offer of $22 plus shipping, so $30 shipped is what the buyer asked me for, and it took 2 days to sell. I'm happy with that as far as profit, but I do think I had this priced reasonably and probably would have sent out offers for 26 or 28 and gotten just a few more bucks out of it. But hey, I needed the sale, I got the sale, and we're moving on. All right, so here's my bonus items. I had two sales that I made a pretty decent profit on this month, and I wanted to share them with you. And these in particular, because they're not that old, and I feel like there could be someone watching this who actually has one of these sitting around. So this is a set from 2011 from Hallmark. You put batteries in them and they play a song. They can either play separately or they somehow coordinate all together. It's originally a 5-piece set, and what I'm missing is the most valuable one, unfortunately. Linus is the one who sells on his own for the most amount of money. I originally had these priced at $280, and I was sending out offers for like $220. And as Christmas approached, more and more of these popped up on eBay, and quite a few people actually had these four. So I don't know why Linus is so rare, but people were really listing these four for much less than what I had originally listed. So I went ahead and adjusted my price. I paid up for these at $37.94. I believe each one was marked $8.99 or $7.99 at the thrift store, which seemed like a lot until I looked them up and saw what they were selling for. I took a best offer of $145. These took 2 months to sell, and my profit ended up being just under $100 on these, so I'm really, really happy with that and glad that they are on to their new home. I got great feedback on these, so hopefully that means they're not coming back. And yeah, what a great sale. Last item here is my second bonus item, this vest by Vince. So this is not Vince Camuto, it's just Vince with a period. This was a men's leather puffer vest, and it was down-filled. This brand, their basic stuff doesn't really do that well for me, but this is the second time I have found leather items by this brand, and they are very, very expensive at retail, and they tend to do well. So here is the tag from the inside of this one. I want to say that this retailed close to $800, maybe $600. I looked it up. I could be exaggerating with the 800, but it was very expensive at retail, and this was in great condition outwardly. It did have a cologne scent, and I did disclose that. So the last item I found in leather by this brand was a pencil skirt, and I sent that to the Real Real. They sold it for, I can't remember exactly how much, but I know it was more than I would have listed it for on eBay. And I considered doing that with this, except for this cologne scent. I think they would have sent it back to me. So I am hoping that the buyer is okay with that. Like I said, I disclosed it. I haven't gotten feedback or anything on this item yet. In fact, I'm not sure if the buyer has received it, so we'll see how that goes. hopefully they'll keep it. I paid $16.09 for this. I sold it through Offers to Watchers for $135, and that took 6 weeks to sell. So those are all the items that I wanted to show you today. As always, you can feel free to like, dislike, or leave a comment on this. And if these are the kind of videos that do help you in your reselling journey, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching.